Nice it a bit in a way. So they reached out and they saw the list of people that level, there's very little true surprises. I mean, we saw that the Liberals and the Greens were losing as predicted, and we saw that the far right groups have increased also as predicted, and that the Social Democrats, as expected, have remained rather stable. However, what was a bit of a surprise was the gains of the Christian Democrats. I mean, overall, they are also around the same seat number as before, but, a few seats more. And so I think this is a small surprise. But then, if we look down onto national level, there are, of course, a few surprises waiting for us, right? And I think the biggest one of them was indeed France. We have seen it coming that the far-right parties in France will do very well. But what was a surprise, of course, was Macron's reaction to it, to call for snap elections. Seat numbers are not everything. It matters a lot in the European Parliament how united you are, and we do not see these two groups merging. Right now, to be honest, with the ID kicking out the AfD, I even see three groups emerging, a more likely scenario than them all merging into one. Why? There's multiple reasons, but I think the most important one is the Ukraine-Russia divide. We know that the the parties that are in the ECR are all very supportive of Ukraine, and the ones in the ID are very Russia-friendly, and that is a strong dividing line. They will have a big share of the parliament, up to 1/4. But, in a parliament, you need 50% to make and to shape decisions, right? So they won't decide. But of course, what they can do is, to set a different tone, to change the narrative and to slowly kind of normalize their far-right thinking and their far-right stances. We've seen this in this campaign, right? The parties that campaigned with truly European topics were the far-right ones, but negatively, right? They picked on the migration pact, they picked on the green agenda and on the Green Deal, and, all in this narrative of look at what Brussels is doing to you and how it's, reaching down into your life and making it more difficult for you and taking your money and so on. And the mainstream parties, they have been Brussels scapegoating for so long that they were not able to find an answer. The mainstream parties, national parties, are not able to build a solid narrative around why Europe is good. After yesterday, I think it is very difficult for me to imagine a candidate right now that, would be more convincing to the European Council than her. We saw that, again, the EPP was even a little bit stronger than we expected, but in any case, the strongest force in the European Parliament. And von der Leyen, I would argue, has been or is seen by most leaders. Not everybody agrees with everything she did, but I think that she's overall been seen as a solid crisis manager. And I would be surprised at this point if, this wasn't their first pick. That doesn't mean, though, that the European Parliament will vote for her.